So according to Common Sense Media, teens spend an average of 9 hours online daily. PewInternet.org says, aided by the convenience and constant access provided by mobile devices, especially smartphones, 92% of teens report going online daily, including 24% who say they go online almost constantly. This means almost all teens ranging in the age from 13 to 17 are engaged in social media use on a daily basis. Social media is a huge part of our society, and people are constantly checking their phones to see what's new in the world of social media. This is especially relevant in our youth, and there has been many studies showing that social media is having lasting effects in the lives of our teenagers. For example, PSYcom.net states one study out of the University of Pittsburgh, for example, found a correlation between the time spent scrolling through social media apps and negative body image feedback. Those who had spent more time on social media had 2.2 times the risk of reporting eating and body image concerns compared to their peers who spent less time on social media. The participants who spent the most time on social media had 2.6 times the risk. Social media is contributing to the rise in depression, anxiety, and other mental health issues among teens. Social media is causing the younger generations to compare themselves to each other in unrealistic contexts, which is in return causing mental health issues among the youth. Another way social media is affecting the younger generations is they're becoming socially inept. So teenagers are constantly communicating through social media and online platforms. Thus, they do not communicate face-to-face, and therefore there is a lack of knowledge and understanding in social interactions with the younger generations. I am currently 19 years old, and as an adult who just previously experienced my teen days, I know firsthand the effects of social media on my life. Social media has caused unnecessary stress and unrealistic expectations for myself. Throughout the speech, I'll expand on the lasting effects of social media has on the younger generations, the need for the older generation to help and protect our youth, and how we can help protect our younger generation, and how to keep them from social media controlling their lives. So now let's discuss the need to help the younger generation understand the lasting effects social media is having on them. GSE.harvard.edu discusses the effects of social media on teens. Through likes and followers, teens are getting actual data on how much people like them and their appearance. And you're not having any break from that technology. Teens with anxiety, poor self-esteem, insecurity, and sadness attributed, at least in part, to constant social media use. Social media is affecting teens and their outlook on life. According to childmind.org, as a species, we are highly attuned to reading social cues, says Dr. Catherine Steiner-Adar, a clinical psychologist and author of The Big Disconnect. There is no question kids are missing out on the very critical social skills in a way. Texting and online communicating, it's not like it creates a nonverbal learning disability, but it puts everybody in a nonverbal disabled context where body language, facial expressions, and even the smallest kinds of vocal reactions are rendered invisible. The constant use of social media is causing teens to miss out on real-time conversations, thus there is a lack of knowledge on how to communicate and interact with people face-to-face. I would now like to explain the process mentors and parents need to take to help the younger generation manage their stress and their use of social media. Since most teens think social media is a stressor in their lives, it is important as adults and mentors we try to help them manage their stress. HuffPost.com offers a way we can help teens cope with their stress. If your teens feel social media is stressing them out, help them plan a social networking detox. Find them something else to replace time spent on social media sites and join them in that activity. In today's world, there is a lack of face-to-face communication in the younger generations due to the nonstop use of social media. In the article, Helping Your Teenagers Manage Social Media, The author Tracy Dowdy suggests a solution to helping our teens become more socially competent. Social media isn't going anywhere. The key is to help your child find ways to manage their relationships in the real world. Challenge them to leave their phone in their locker, in their bag, or face down on the table and engage in face-to-face conversations. Make sure you're modeling that behavior by having those kinds of conversations with them. Even though social media can be a great way for teenagers to learn and connect with others, it has its downfalls. As mentors and parents of teens, it is important that we help them navigate the world of social media safely. In the article, How Can Parents Help Their Teens Navigate Social Media? It states, Dr. Hartstein encourages parents to lead by example, putting down their phone and connecting with kids with intention and presence. Be available and create media-free spaces in your family, she says. Teenagers can get plenty of time of content online, but they need parents to give them values. Limiting screen time can help young adults connect with the real world and develop social skills. It is a good idea that parents and mentors should lead by example and be present with their teens. In conclusion, social media is having lasting effects on teenagers. According to our statistics and topics we talked about today, there's a risk that teenagers are taking by the continual use of social media. Teenagers are developing social anxiety, depression, and image insecurities by constantly comparing themselves to each other. It is our duty as parents and mentors to help our teens understand the effects social media is having on their lives. So social media is a huge part of our lives, especially in the lives of our youth. So as the youth is our future, it is our job to help protect them and make them aware of social media and its effects in their lives. So how are you going to help protect our youth?